and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome in as we head to Talladega Super Speedway for an evening of awesome racing action. As we're going to get ready here to rock and roll in this one. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome in, baby. Y'all know what to do. Pop it off, baby. Smash that like button and hit that share button. Hit that follow, subscribe button. It's absolutely free to do. Join the fun, become part of the Peacemaker crew, baby. Let's go! Let's go, Chad. Oh! Woo! Woo! Oh! Let's get it, baby. Let's get it, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, yeah. You guys know what's up. You guys know what's up. It's about to go down. It's about to clown around as we're going to get ready for these drivers to jump out here for a little bit of qualifying. Woo! Oh! Oh! Woo! Oh, baby.
Let's go!
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome in for a show here in this one, man. This is gonna be good. Yo, Austin, my boy. Austin coming in smashing that like on the stream. Logano's in the lead. I know. I see that. I see. Joey Logano winning stage one, eh? Little bugger. That's fine. He'll get wrecked or he'll wreck a bunch of cars here. No matter what. We know that'll happen. Woo! All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome in as we're going to get ready to rock and roll here, man. We're going to get ready for one heck of a show, one heck of a race here once again this evening. Just tuning in for some wicked action as you see these drivers out onto the racetrack here. They're getting ready for a little bit of qualifying. They're jumping out onto the racetrack here. They're going to be running some laps, trying to see who can lay down that quickest lap time. You see Wayne Garland out there. Garland looking good. Let's go, Larson. Let's go, baby. We always love Garland. We always love Garland. We always love Larson, man. Larson with that dirt track racing, man. He is so fast, man, and he's so good. I mean, you just gotta always cheer for that guy. You just always gotta cheer for him, being from that dirt track background. As see these drivers out onto the racetrack here. You see Christopher Pilo looking to have a good run here in that Pepsi number 15 machine. See James Garland out there as well. Robert Tuwisco out there as well. Probably absolutely destroying Robert's last name. Tuwiscu, something like that. Brock Page out there as well. Brock jumping up into that fourth spot on the racetrack. We see Jerry Bear out there as well. Jerry Culver out there on the racetrack in that Flow Racing number 5 ride. Looking pretty good out there, as well as Wayne Garland has that top spot right now in qualifying. The quickest lap time so far, Josh Benton in position number 2. Benton in that 69 machine. Is that an Avengers, a Marvel number 69 ride? That's looking pretty slick out there. Colton Manich out there as well in that Hulk machine. 22 ride, the Hulk ride. Looking nice out there. Anthony Garland, though, in the Avatar number 81 ride. He's going to jump up. He is a little fast one. Absolutely, he is. Christopher Muse out there as well in the Deadpool 99. See Chad out there as well. The Jensen's ride. There we go. A little bit of a, TV show kind of paint schemes out there tonight in this one. James Garland out there as well. We see that number 3 ride out there as well. What is that? The Batmobile out there of Al Reed. Reed looking very good in that Batmobile. Sean Burke out there as well. It's Burke's ride here. I don't think Burke got the memo. Everyone's doing the little fancy paint schemes here with all the TV show stuff, and I don't think Burke got that memo, but he's still looking good out there no matter what. Brock out there as well. Brock Page in the 92 ride. The 92 ride parked down there. Christopher Pilo in the Pepsi Spider-Man machine. That looking good as well. James Garland still out there running some laps. Anthony Garland still out there as well running some laps. Looking good. He's going to pull that car down to the infield. So we're going to get ready here for the green flag. Looks like we got 19 drivers so far signed in, ready to go to battle here It's going to be one heck of a race. A lot of fun out here as these drivers all loaded in. Preston Stripe out there as well. Preston in that Napa Auto Parts number 9 ride. The Hooters machine there, that Chase Elliott Valvoline number 9 ride. It's Preston Stripe looking to have a good run. Currently in position number 13 here in qualifying. All these drivers getting stacked up, ready to go to battle, ready to put the work in here as we're going to get ready to set them loose in just a few more moments. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. Qualifying coming to a close here. That means we're going to get ready for our main feature event. Our starting lineup about to get ready here as these drivers loading into the sim here. We're going to get ready to set them loose. All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome in the Peacemaker Gaming broadcast once again here as we're getting right into the action here as these drivers getting loaded into the sim here for the Outcast Racing League. Talladega Super Speedway, the home of the race here tonight as these drivers all getting loaded in. We're going to get ready here for our starting lineup. We got a pair of Garlands at the front of the field here as Anthony Garland in the 81 ride, still waiting for him to load into the sim here, but he's going to be starting on that pole position to his outside in that 84 ride. You can see him right there. That is the 84 of Wayne Garland. Starting in position number 3 in the 60 ride, that is the M&M machine of Johnny Thunders. To his outside in the 69 ride, that is Joshua Benton. And starting inside a row at number 3 in the 92, that is Brock Page. To his outside in the 95 ride, that is Sean Burke. And starting inside a row number 4 in the 15, that is Christopher Pilo. To his outside in the 19 ride, that is the Jensen's machine of Chad Jeffries. Starting inside a row number 5, you see that Avengers Iron Man number 6 of Robert Tuisku. And to his outside in the Deadpool number 37, that is James Garland. Starting inside a row number 6 in the 11 ride. We're actually in the 11th position in the 5 ride. That is the Flow Racing number 5 machine, the HendrickCars.com number 5 of Jerry Culver. To his outside in the 22 machine, it's the Hulk ride of Colton Manich. Then we see Christopher Muse, Preston Stripe there in the 9 ride in 13th and 14th. Mike Killingbeck there in the 70 ride. Starting in position number 15, Al Reed in the Batmobile there to his outside. Starting in position number 17 in the Looney Tunes, number 48, that is Cameron Giroux. Into his outside in the 93, that is Bud Shearer. And bringing up the rear of the field in the Carvana number 13 ride, that is Jamie Stripe. 19 drivers getting ready to go to battle here, being led down by that ORL Avatar Toyota, the 81 ride of Anthony Garland. Garland leading the way here as we're going to get ready to set these drivers loose. We're going to end all the anticipation with our feature presentation. There behind that official iRacing pace truck, the lights are turned off, and we're going to get ready to set them loose, this time by the Tri-Oval, as we're going to get ready to set these drivers loose. Get a good look at some of these paint schemes. See that Avatar ride leading the way here, the 84 to his outside. I do believe that is the Fantastic Four number 84, so that's a nice looking little ride there. Definitely a Johnny Flames kind of vibes there off of that 84 ride. Joshua Benton in the Marvel ride. You see the M&M number 60 there of Johnny Thunders. Brock Page in 6 as the pace truck's going to make the hard left-hand turn, and we're going to get ready to set these drivers loose. The pace truck down to the bottom side of the racetrack here. He's going to pull off and head right down pit side here, so we're going to get ready to set these drivers loose. Came here for a show, well, here you go, as we're going to end all the anticipation with our feature presentation. As the green flag out in the air here at Talladega Super Speedway. these drivers ready to rock and roll as they are out and about here, and already see a good little bit of strategy as the 81 ride clears the 84, jumps right up in front of his teammate and takes him down into corner number 1 and 2. But a good push there on the bottom side is going to push Johnny Thunders out to the lead here. So Thunders leading the way early on as he's got the 92 right there to his back bumper. The 15 down there on the bottom side. That's Pilo having a good run there in position number 3 as our pole sitter, the 81 ride, sliding back here ever so slightly. Our race leader continuing to slide back more and more here. See these drivers kind of getting a little bit single file down there on the bottom side. That high side really broken up. They're going to all start sliding back here. Unfortunate break for them as we're going to quickly make sure we get some tags in over here on YouTube. Some great runs here early on in this one. That bottom side still continuing to work very, very well here. An unfortunate break for both the Garlands as they're continuing to slide back more and more and more here. They continue to slide back. We're going to have to wait and see how they can get up towards the front here. As you can see, one of them jumping back up to the high side here. Looks like they're starting to get a little bit more help up there on the high side. Slowly but surely, looks like it's starting to build a little bit more momentum. They got to get tight together as you see that bottom side starting to break apart. It's the 5 ride, the Flow Racing Machine, trying to work himself closer and closer to the front here. Every one of these drivers having a good run so far in this one. No cautions, not a lot of beating and banging or anything else. We can see some good pushes coming, but man, these guys are doing a great job so far around Talladega. They continue to put down some good laps, continue to put down some good fast lap times here, and they continue to hold a pretty line out there on the racetrack as that high side continuing to come in, but out in front, it's still Johnny Thunders as Thunders continues to lead the way. You see that high side starting to build that momentum. They're starting to inch their way closer to the front here. They're almost side by side there with Brock Page in position number 2. It's James Garland trying to work himself up towards the front. You see Christopher Pilo there in that 3rd spot on the bottom side of the racetrack. Now side by side with the Deadpool number 37. So that high side starting to work its way in as a couple of those Garland brothers up there on the high side looking to have a good run. You got 1, 2, and 3 of them up there on the high side, leading that high side all the way around the racetrack. Yo, Brian, my boy, dude guy coming in showing the love. What is good, dude? What is good, my boy? Coming in showing that love. Josh Benton right there in the 69 ride as well in that Avengers number 69. They're in the 9th position trying to push that high side, trying to help them out here as they continue to try to inch their way closer and closer to the front. He's almost side by side there with that 6th ride of Robert Tuisco. Is Tuisco there in position number 7. You see Wayne Garland still there in that 84 ride having a good run. See Al Reed trying to work himself towards the front as well as leave. There's Christopher Muse in the 99 ride, another one of those Deadpool rides out there on the racetrack as well. He's having a good run as the high side starting to break apart even more here. The 37 ride of James Garland sliding back. You can see all that loss of momentum. No draft up there on that 3rd lane. He's sliding all the way back here. He's going to try to get back in behind that 70 ride and recollect that draft and continue on mosey in here, but unfortunately for him, sliding quite a ways back. That's going to lose a car up there on the high side of the racetrack. You see Bud Shearer there letting him in as they both slide to the back here. You see Preston Stripe back there as well. Jamie Stripe, unfortunately, quite a ways back here. Jamie way off the pace here. This car has lost the draft here. You can see them almost half a track ahead of them here. They're going down into the trioval right now past the start-finish line here in just a little bit, and he's just heading down into corner number 3. So he's quite a ways behind here, a loss of momentum here. And unfortunately for him, he's sliding all the way back. There's a way to, play it safe and try to stay at the back of the pack here and try to, stay out of the big one if that big wreck happens. It's nice to kind of, keep a little bit of a distance from, making your way into that big one. But man, that's a little bit too far back, losing the draft there. And fortunately, yeah, he's just going past the start-finish line there, heading into corner number 1 as everyone else down into corner number 3 now in this draft, carrying probably 5-10 seconds or miles per hour faster than what that 13 ride is. As you can see that high side coming back in here again as the bottom side kind of broke up again here. So that's going to push Anthony Garland out to the lead here as Garland now leads the way. Anthony in the Avatar number 81 takes the lead away from Johnny Thunders as Thunders down on the bottom side, sliding back here. The bottom side not as compressed here. There's not as good of a push or a good enough a draft here to hang with that high side. We may see a couple drivers start to move around here on the backstretch. We may see some of them jump down to the bottom side as everyone continuing run some good lines here, some good laps, as it looks like some of them are going to start to move down to the bottom side here. It's kind of all broken up now. Everything's kind of moving around as all these drivers shuffling around the racetrack. Some of them getting some runs, trying to give some pushes here, continuing to fall back as you see a couple more continuing to slide back here. You see the 92 ride sliding back. You see Preston Stripe trying to work himself up towards the front here, but you see the 92, Brock Page, unfortunately sliding back here. As these guys definitely starting to play it a little bit more safe towards the back as Deshaun Burke back there, Bud Shearer, Cameron Daru back there as well. Dario back there, sorry. Is Dario back in the 18th position here. The rear of this this lead pack as see Jamie Stripe continuing to lose time more and more to these guys as he's just about to go across the start-finish line. They're basically through corner 3 here and into corner number 4. They continue to catch that car. He's got a lot of time here to hopefully maybe catch this competition caution at lap number 20 here, as we're going to get a competition caution. He'll be hopefully still on the lead lap or the only car one lap down where he may be able to, he may be able to stay on the lead lap or at least get that lap back as Wayne Garland there in second as the Garlands up in first and second. The 81 and the 84 have been pretty much locked nose to tail here right from the drop of the green flag as they qualified P1 and P2, and that's currently the way they're running right now, getting some big pushes here down the backstretch, leading that big front pack as they're all still up on the middle side. Now it looks like the 84 is going to say see ya later, and he's going to jump down to the bottom side. It's going to leave him hanging. So as Anthony Garland goes up to the high side, he's going to slide back through the field, and we're going to get a new race leader. Our third lead change of the evening as the 84 rider, Wayne Garland, is going to jump up and take this lead away. So Wayne jumping up to that top spot now in the 84 machine as he leads them. Joshua Benton right there behind him. Joshua having a good run. You see the 5 ride right there on the bottom side. That's Al Reed. Reed trying to work himself up towards the front here. Actually, Al's in the 3 ride. The Batmobile up there on the high side. The 5 ride is Jerry Culver as Culver up into position number 3 on the racetrack here on the inside, trying to find some momentum down there. We're going to quickly get our window opened up here, chat. We got to get a little bit of a draft in here. It's getting spicy up in here as these guys continue to battle around the racetrack, continuing to show some wicked racing action side by side here at the front of the pack, as you still see some of them laying back a little bit here, trying to keep it nice and safe here, being able to hang back, stay in the draft, and maybe avoid the big one if it happens. If that big wreck at the front of the field comes out, they may be able to get on the binders or at least avoid that big wreck, as man, that's the last thing you want to do is get caught up early in some action here. As you can see the 5 ride of Jerry Culver, unfortunately, down to the inside here, down on that double yellow line. He's going to slide back through the field here. No drafting partners. He's going to try to rejoin the rear of the field and not lose that draft like we saw Jamie Stripe do. Stripe continuing to lose time here. It's got about 7 more laps left to go here, but man, these guys are coming only about a straightaway behind that 13 machine, so he's got to hope that they can get to the, that they can get out of the way. Hopefully he doesn't get into them. Hopefully he doesn't meet them as they're side by side, as that may take them 3 wide and may make some little additional action out there on the racetrack, as I'm sure that's going to be the last thing that anyone's going to want to see here before the stage end. You can see that 13 ride there going down the backstretch into corner number 3 as they came off corner number 2. So they're catching them very, very quickly. Wayne Garland continuing to lead the way. Joshua Benton there in second. Al Reed in position number 3 in that 3 machine. Reed right there in third. Anthony Garland there in fourth. Then you see James Garland down on the bottom side, leading that bottom pack here in the 37 to his outside. Mike Killingbeck in the 70 ride right there in that 6th position, trying to jump up and take 5th away from James Garland. See Colton Manich right there behind him in the 22 ride in that Hulkmobile. There in 7th to his outside. Christopher Muse in the 99 ride, that Deadpool machine. Then we see the Spider-Man number 15 of Christopher Pilo there in 10th, and to his outside in the 6th ride, that is Robert Tuiscu. As Tuiscu there in that 9th position. That's going to round out our top 10 as Johnny Thunders in the M&M Rat Boy number 60 ride on the outside of the top 10 looking in here. So he's going to take a look to the inside of the 6th ride and try to jump back inside the top 10 as that bottom side starting to work towards the front here ever so slightly. Brock Page there in 12th. Sean Burke there in 13th. And you can see a couple of these guys a little bit farther back, just hanging with them, just keeping their rides safe here, trying to stay out of any carnage that may unfold at the front of the field. As you see Cameron Dario jumping up in that Looney Tunes ride into position number 14. Right behind him is the Jetsons number 19 ride of Chad Jeffries. There's Jeffries there in that 15th position. Then you see Bud Shearer back there. Jerry Culver, unfortunately, Culver was at the front of the field there, up in third not too long ago. Lost that draft, got shoved down to the bottom of the racetrack and lost all that momentum. Still hanging in the draft, though, there in the 17th position. Then we see Preston A. Stripe and that Chase Elliott Napa Auto Parts number 9 ride, a little black and gold number 9, as he's looking very slick back there, just running some nice clean laps. The rear of the field here, just trying to stay out of any action at the front. As you can see that 13 ride, unfortunately here, looks like that Carvana number 13 of Jamie Stripe, unfortunately going to head down pit side here. That's going to definitely put him a lap down, and that's going to put him way behind the 8 ball. He was already out of the draft and way back there. May have been using a lot of gas at the front of the field, as he's having some issues. As out in front, Wayne Garland continues to lead the way here. The 84 ride continuing to show him how to get it done here. Joshua Benton right there behind him on his back bumper. The 3 ride of Al Reed having a good run there in position number 3. Mike Killingbeck there in that 4th position in the 70 ride. Is Killingbeck having a great run there in position number 4, and he's looking for more as the stage ends slowly but surely coming to a close here. Lap 17 of 88. We're going to have a stage break at lap 20 and a stage break at lap number 40 here. And then we're going to have a 48 lap run to the end here. So it's going to be a long run. We're 50% fuel here. So that final run, we should see green flag pit stops on that final run of the evening. That'll be interesting to see. We see Preston Stripe, unfortunately, headed down pit side here as well. I wonder if these guys don't have enough fuel in their cars. Is Preston down towards the infield here as well? We see the 13 ride of Jamie Stripe back out onto the racetrack. As here you go. Here comes some more drivers, maybe using the stage break to their advantage here. Maybe pitting early, going to start at the front of the field here. Or maybe fuel is an issue for these drivers to even run that 20 laps. To see Wayne Garland headed down pit side. Anthony Garland there in the 81 ride. He's headed down pit side. Jerry Culver down there as well in that Flow Racing number 5. Cameron Dario there in the 48 ride. Both down pit side as Preston Stripe back out there onto the racetrack here. You can see 93 and everyone else go by him, as that's going to put him a lap down. Jamie Stripe back down pit side again here. So I'm not sure what's wrong with Jamie Stripe. He may have gotten up into the wall, may have some damage to that ride as he's down pit side once again, as Garland still down there. Wayne Garland, Anthony Garland, Jerry Culver back out onto the racetrack here. Cameron Dario back out there as well as see some more drivers headed down pit side. Brock Page, Bud Shearer, Chad Jeffries, James Garland all headed down pit side as well as see them pull into their pit stalls. Almost some contact there as the 19 ride way down to the inside there. Chad Jeffries almost got collected. Got the back up there, overshot that pit box. That's going to lose a little bit of time. These drivers are all going to want to come in together. They're not going to want to leave this racetrack. They're not going to want to leave pit lane by themselves. They want to be able to stay in a draft here and continue to run good lap times with that draft coming. You see these guys still out on the racetrack as they're going to head down pit side now as well. It looks like we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more drivers headed down pit side here. Al Reed, Joshua Benton, a couple of those drivers. The 70 ride of Mike Killingbeck, Christopher Muse, and Robert Tuiscu down there as well, getting some work done to their rides. See that Batmobile headed down. You see the 70 ride right there as well. The Deadpool ride, the Iron Man machine sliding through his pit stall there as well as the 99 overshot it quite a bit there. There's Robert Tuiscu as he's out there on the race, still getting some fuel into this car. As out in front, it's the 22 ride, the Hulk ride of Colton Manich, as Manich leads the way here in the 22 machine. Christopher Pilo there in second. The 95 of Sean Burke there in third as they're going to come down to the start-finish line here. As the caution flag is going to fly after this, as this is a race for the stage break win here. Who's going to win stage number 1? The 95 with a big run. Sean Burke going to jump out in front, and he's going to take that stage win away from Colton Manich. As Manich going to come home in position number 2. Christopher Pilo there in third. Then we see Johnny Thunders, Mike Killenbeck, Al Reed there in 5th and 6th. Bud Shearer there in 7th. Brock Page there in 8th. Christopher Muse in 9th. Robert Tuiscu there in that 10th position as the caution flag has flown here. So the end of our first stage. See all these drivers spread out around the racetrack. You see Chad Jeffries, Jerry Culver. You see James Garland back there, 13th. Preston Stripe behind our race leader here. Giving a little bit of push here. Maybe a couple of these guys may have been out of gas here. See Johnny Thunder down pit side here, but our Colton Manich looks like he may be out of fuel. Maybe getting a little bit of a push here from the 9 ride of Preston Stripe, as Stripe pushing him down the backstretch here. Helping him out, as unfortunately for him, Manich may have ran out of fuel. So, man, 20 laps may be that fuel window. 20 laps may be the amount here that these drivers can stay out there. So that's very, very interesting, man. That is very interesting. We'll have to wait and see how that one continues to play out. Ladies and gentlemen, if you guys are just tuning in, make sure y'all hit that like button, hit that share button, hit that follow button. Because, man, oh, man, oh, man, some great racing action here in this one. We've seen some awesome side-by-side battles. We've seen some awesome runs here all throughout the evening as these guys are going to try to catch up to our official iRacing pace truck here. You see Sean Burke down pit side. He's already gotten some fuel into his car. You see the 22 going to slide down here. Now he's going to look for some fuel so they can make it 20 laps. But that's about it, man. 20 laps is about it. They ran out of fuel there in corner number 2. Maybe just crossing the start-finish line. They saved enough to get to the end of the stage break, but didn't look like they had enough to work all the way back around to the pits here, and especially with probably a closed pit. Going to put them at the rear of the field here anyways, but I think they were expecting that, but that's going to open up some fuel strategy here late in the race, as I do believe Jamie, actually, I don't know, maybe Johnny Thunders. See, all these guys that are back here, not on the lead lap, I do believe they are probably going to get the wave around here. I believe Christopher Pilo down pit side here. Looks like Pilo still trying to roll that 15 ride down to his pit stall. I don't know if he's going to get there. It's limping. Pilo just trying to get back to his pit stall to get some gas, some fuel into that ride here. Not sure if he's going to make it or not. Slowly but surely. Hopefully he pits early, not late. Looks like he might get enough to keep on rolling here. Past the 22. There you go. He's starting to pull in. One more pit stall. There we go. Pilo's going to get some work done to that ride. You see Garland down pit side in the 84. Anthony Garland down here as well. You see the 70 ride down pit side as some of these drivers, unfortunately, may get caught down a lap here. I'm not sure how it's all going to wind out, how everything's going to play out here, but some of them getting their laps back. Some of them still down pit side getting more fuel. I do believe Jamie Stripe was possibly one of the only other drivers that were still a lap down, but I think there was at least a few as some 3 cars stay out on the racetrack and not take their green flag pit stop and using that fuel strategy. Then going down pit side, everyone should be getting back onto the lead lap here, so we'll wait and see how it all plays out, as it looks like right now it's scoring Johnny Thunders in the lead here. Colton Manich in second. Al Reed, Mike Killingbeck, Bud Shearer, Robert Tuiscu, they're in 6. Christopher Muse, Chad Jeffries, Jerry Culver, Brock Page rounding out our top 10 as they're all trying to catch up to this Page truck here, as they're all starting to get caught up here now. Trying to get checked up as you see them head down into the tri-oval here. Everyone trying to get stacked back up and ready to go back to green flag racing. We'll have to wait and see where the cutoff line was there for these waiver rounds, as I'm not sure who's all still on the lead lap here or not. To me, it looks like Preston Stripe may be the last car on the lead lap, but he is at the front of the field here, so he may get a waiver round here. No, looks like Joe and Stripe, yes, he's a lap down. Then Dario, Garland, Pilo, and Striper. Stripe's actually a couple laps down because he had to make a couple pit stops, so a tough break there for Stripe, as we're going to get all these drivers stacked back up. We're going to get them all ready to go back to green flag racing here. So they'll work through this lineup. They'll work through everything here to make sure everyone gets back out onto the racetrack. Everyone gets lined back up and ready to go back to battle. You guys are enjoying the show, man. Make sure you guys all hit that like button, hit that share button, hit that follow or subscribe button if you're watching on YouTube. Join the fun, join the Peacemaker family, man. Join the Peacemaker crew. Be part of the show here, and smash that gosh heckin' like button on YouTube and or Facebook. I don't think Kick, as we are live on Kick right now as well. So if you guys want, make sure you guys jump over the Kick and show some love over there as well. You know what? Let me take a quick look here. Let me see if we can get the Kick feed up here. Let me see if we can get that up. We can share it off to our to a couple of our channels here if anyone wants to jump in and show some love over on kick.com, a new streaming site, a new little action out there. Is trying to see if we can gain a little bit more traction over there. See if we can find something here. I don't think Kick. I don't think there's any liking on Kick, but we can definitely take this and copy that. And then we'll jump over here to YouTube, and we can put our Kick address over here into the YouTube chat for anyone who wants to follow or go show some love over on Kick for us, and same with over on Facebook as well. If anyone on Facebook wants to jump in and show some love over on Kick, throw that up into the chat. The Pace truck going to make that hard left-hand turn. We're going to get ready to set them back loose here as they head down through the tri-oval. We're going to get to the Geico restart zone here. Looks like Johnny Thunders with a good little lead here in that restart zone. He's going to fire fairly late here. He was already through that restart area, but he's going to get a good jump over the 3 ride of Al Reed, as Reed there in position number 2, but he's sliding back as here comes Mike Killingbeck down on the bottom side. He's going to jump up to the high side here, and he's going to try to jump up and get around this 60 machine. Johnny Thunders, no one there behind him, no one to help push. So that's going to close up the gap here at the front, as a good run here on the high side is going to give that lead down the backstretch to the 70 machine of Mike Killingbeck, as Killingbeck now out in front here. So the 70 ride jumps to the lead. He's going to be commanding these drivers at the front of the field as that high side looks very, very established once again here Al Reed thinking about jumping to the inside there, was getting a good run, but thinks better of it as he's going to try to stay right there behind the 70 ride. Robert Twisku right there in that 6 ride in position number 3 as the 70 is going to lead that lap. What a run. Yo, Jonathan Wiley, what is good, my boy? What is good, Jonathan? How you doing, homie? Coming in, showing the love. What is good, my boy? You know what's good, man. Always good. Always some wicked racing action. Here is a little bit of contact. The 3 ride gets super sideways right there. Almost goes around in front of the field. There we go. We see one into the wall. I do believe that's the 84 ride. The 84 of Wayne Garland hard into the outside wall. A little bit of contact and an unfortunate break there. The 84 gets up into the wall, and that's going to put some pretty good damage there to the 84 machine. Looks like he's going to take that ride right down pit side. You see the 69 ride of Joshua Benton also headed down pit side here as well. So a tough break there for Benton as Benton down pit side getting some work done to his ride. You see that front end damage there to the 84 of Wayne Garland. You can see that right front bumper and everything else tore apart pretty good there as he's going to head down and get some work done, and that's unfortunately going to put these guys even farther behind here, even more laps down as out in front, it's still Mike Killingbeck continuing to lead the way here. Killingbeck leads the way. Al Reed right there in second. Robert Tuiscu there in position number 3. Brock Page and Christopher Muse round out the top 5 here. As you can see, the 95 of Sean Burke trying to use that bottom side, trying to jump up into position at number 5 here as he's trying to work himself around that 99 ride. Christopher Muse trying to hold on to that 5th spot, but that high side starting to lose momentum here. See Johnny Thunders right there behind him. Bud Shearer there in 8th. Chad Jeffries there in 9th. Jerry Culver in that 5 ride. Currently in that 10th position as you see the 48 ride. Cameron Dario. I do believe Dario is a lap down here. So he is going to be in that free pass position. He's in that lucky dog spot in the Looney Tunes number 48, but he needs that caution flag to come out here so he can get the wave around and back onto the lead lap. So currently riding right now between the 19 and the 5 ride. Johnny Thunders up there on the high side, going to slide back ever so slightly here into a little bit deeper of a spot here as he's going to slide back in the 9th. Looks like the 5 ride of Jerry Culver is going to be able to work his way around him as Jer Bear is going to jump up there and take that 9th position away. Preston Stripe quite a ways behind here. Preston is actually in the 11th position. I do believe Preston is still on the lead lap here. Preston's on the lead lap. Actually looks like Joshua Benton scored in the 11th position here. Anthony Garland in the 81 ride there in 13th. Also back here as well. I do believe these guys might be 2 laps down here. Intriguing how this is lined up for me right now for these lap down cars, as it actually looks like Anthony Garland would be in that free, that lucky dog position here. I do believe he is only 1 lap down, but showing me he's in 13th, and for some reason on the leaderboard is all messed up here. Cameron Dario there behind him, I do believe would be in the 2nd car a lap down here. They're all 1 lap down up to Stripe. Stripe and Manich, unfortunately, are 2 laps down as you see Stripe, Jamie Stripe back here in that Carvana number 13 ride. He's currently scored in 18th position. In the 22 ride of Colton Manich back there with no push and help, no draft. He's way back here. Unfortunately, a tough break here for Colton Manich as he's in that last position on the racetrack in that Hulk ride after having a good run in our first stage. It's quite a ways back here, and he's already 2 laps down. Falling back even more, you see Wayne Garland in the 84 ride. He's in that 17th position. He's at risk of going down 2 laps here. So isn't Joshua Benton. they're trying to stay hooked up together as they can see that lead pack closing in on them. The lead pack sees these two right there in front of them. It may cause some issues here on the racetrack as they're going to get past here rather quickly, but this lead pack is going to consume them. I don't know how they're going to fall in, or if this lead pack's going to try to find a way around them and shove them back behind them a little bit farther, as it looks like the 70 ride is thinking about trying to pull right up to the back bumper here of the 69 ride. Looks like that's what's going to happen. He's getting a little bit tight there to the back bumper. They're going to start jostling around. That's going to bring the 93 rider Bud Shearer up on the high side with a big run as the bottom side losing some momentum. Having to check up quite a bit there for Garland and Benton down on the bottom side of the racetrack. Going to bring that 93 rider Bud Shearer right there into that third spot with a good run. Robert Tuiscu there in position number 4 on the inside here. The 3 ride of Al Reed having a great run here still, as well as that digitalmotorsports.com Batmobile is out in front here. He's got the Lucky Charms ride there on the back of it, showing his bum to the driver behind him. That's a pretty good one. That's a pretty good one. Let's see if we can get a good look at that.
Let's go!
This Tuiscu is right there behind him. Let's take a look at the nose here. You see the little leprechaun butt there on the back bumper. We'll get a great look right there. A little bit of lips there on it as well. Little lipstick kiss to the back bumper there. Kiss my butt, I think is what they're trying to say. Yo, AMR Paintworks coming in, smashing that like on the stream. AMR coming in, showing the love, smashing that like. How you doing? Coming in, showing the love over there on Facebook. How are you tonight? Coming in, showing the love. AMR coming in, smashing that follow button as well, becoming a brand new member here of the Peacemaker family, the Peacemaker crew. AMR, welcome to the Peacemaker crew and welcome to the family. Welcome as you smash the brand new follower here on the channel. Love to see you. Glad to see you here, man. Glad to see you here as these drivers continue to beat and bang and jostle all around the racetrack. If you guys haven't already, make sure you hit that follow button and show that love on all the sites that we're on here. As we're on YouTube, we're on Facebook, and we're over on Kick as well. Make sure you go around, show the love on all 3 channels, as this is being broadcasted everywhere around the world right now. As, man, some great runs, some great racing all around here as we ride on board with the 95 of Sean Burke, as he's currently right now in that second spot on the racetrack. The one driver was taking a look that was outside. That is actually our current recipient right now of, I do believe that would be Cameron Dario. I do believe trying to hold on to that lucky dog position right now, as Cameron Dario is currently in that lucky dog spot right to his inside in the 69 ride. Right down on the bottom side there, the 69 of Josh Benton is in that second spot for the lucky dog here. So Benton looking to have a good run, trying to get back up to that 48 ride, trying to jump out in front of them. What they want to do is be able to be in that, you know, the first car 1 lap down position here, so they can get the wave around here, get that lucky dog, get back onto the lead lap. But what they can't do is be a part of that wreck, as you see one driver way up the racetrack there. That's the 94 ride, or actually the 84 of Wayne Garland, sliding up in front of Dario. Stereo right there in the 48. They're going to go 3 wide. Some contact. Around goes Benton. Joshua Benton hard into the inside wall. They're still wrecking. The 22 ride collected in there as well. Al Reed in the 3 ride. Christopher Muse going around. The 70 ride of Mike Killenbeck. We see our lucky dog transfer possibly there in the 84 going around as well, as the caution flag for the first time going to come out here for a non-stage reason here. Everything was starting to build up there. Everyone was getting a little bit antsy, and it all starts here with Colton Manich, as Manich there in that 22 ride. I do believe he is getting past, as he is unfortunately not in the draft here. You can see them catching him real quick here. That's going to take this 2 wide up into 3 wide, and they kind of just run out of room. Maybe a little bit of air coming off the 69 ride over that 22, and then 3 wide, just not expecting them to be 3 wide. The 84 ride comes down the racetrack, and then we see a continuation of some of the carnage back there behind him, as we'll see the 70 ride right there. He's on board with this stuff. He sees what's happening here. Still get a good look at it right there. And just trying to avoid it, and gets hooked right there into the side of the 48 ride. He's just trying to hold on to it. Luckily enough, gets back in the right direction. The 5 ride just barely avoiding it. Al Reed's going to get a good piece of this one, as well as Reed, unfortunately, trying to avoid it here. Gets collected in that 3 machine as it was right in front of him. They kind of get tight to the high side. The 84 comes down the racetrack into the 92. Reed goes down into the infield wall right there, wrecking that Batmobile quite a bit. Take a look. Dario had a good look at this one. Cameron Dario, unfortunately, there in the 48 ride, right behind the 84, giving him a little bit of a shove. There's that contact that sends the 69 into the 22 and down the racetrack, and then the additional contact, the 19 ride in there, the 81 of Anthony Garland in there as well with some more heavy damage. The 48 ride backwards on the racetrack, sliding down the bottom of the track there as the first big one here in the night. The first a big wreck as all these drivers now down pit side getting some work done. Yo, freaking Richard Sanders, my boy. Leg, how the heck are you, Legacy? How the heck are you, homie? Oh no, he says, oh no, oh no. Richard, my boy, how the heck are you, Leg? How are you, homie? It's been a while, man. It's been a while. Good to see you up in the chat, my boy. Man, always miss seeing you out here all the time. Streaming and gaming and having some fun out there. As, man, we always love seeing you. We see 5 ride, luckily enough, being able to split this. There's a couple drivers going around on the 70 ride coming back down the racetrack. Almost collects them there. Good job avoiding that one, as, man, that was a pretty crazy wreck right there, as everyone was kind of bouncing around, getting collected there. A couple of drivers hard into the inside wall, a couple up into the outside wall there. As take a look here from the blimp, and you can see all the carnage unfold here at the front of the field, and a lot of tore up race cars there. A lot of guys, luckily enough, avoiding some heavy, serious contact, having some good runs and being able to drive around and avoid some of that contact, as our leader, Sean Burke, in the 95 ride out in front here. We Brock Page down pit side. Chad Jeffries down there as well, getting some work done. Looks like the 81 of Anthony Garland back out there, as well as Garland back out onto the track. You see the 15 ride there as well of Christopher Pilo. The Garland Pilo might be getting the wave around here. They may be able to get back onto the lead lap here, as the 15 ride is currently showed to the second car, 1 lap down. I do believe Anthony Garland is being scored as that 1 lap down driver. Was collected in that wreck there, in that carnage, so we'll have to see how they score, but it looks like the 81 may get that wave around and get back onto the lead lap, so a good break there for Anthony. That car is fixed back up, and he's going to try to get that wave around. Woo! Where's the beard, sir? Oh, Richard, Lag, we shaved her off, homie. We shaved her off. Unfortunately, it was a couple weeks ago now. We shaved her off. We're trying to keep it nice and neat looking now, just a little bit. Trying to keep it a little bit nicer now, so I don't know. The beard is nice, and it's definitely a lot different not having it, not being able to stroke my beard, you know, is definitely not nice. I definitely liked being able to stroke the beard on a consistent basis, but fortunately not now, you know, unfortunately not now. But ladies and gentlemen, we got these drivers stacked back up here. We're going to get ready to go back to green flag racing as the lights are turned off, that official iRacing pace truck, and we're going to get ready to set these drivers back loose. Burke killing Beck out in front here, leading the way as we're going to get ready to set them back loose. 99, the 6, the 3 ride back out onto the racetrack, so it's good to see him there as well. If you guys are just tuning in, you guys are enjoying the show, make sure y'all hit that like button, hit that share button, and hit that follow or subscribe button if you're liking the action, man. Smash that like or follow, and you know, become part of the Peacemaker fam today. Become part of the crew here, and enjoy all these awesome races. Richard coming in, celebrating his 2-month anniversary of being a subscriber. Richard, my boy, coming in, showing the love, homie. Much love, my dude, coming in, smashing that sub button again, becoming a subscriber here for the 2nd month in a row, man. Absolutely insane. It's already been 2 months. Much love, homie. Much love, my boy. You guys didn't know we are also over on Kick as well. We're trying to grow Kick over there, trying to see how that's going, trying to see how that runs, especially with, you know, the iRacing and everything else, trying to see, you know, kind of what's over there and what's happening kind of deal. You know, we don't want to throw all of our eggs in one basket, so we're currently multi-streaming to 3 different sites right now. We are live on Facebook, YouTube, and Kick.com. And man, oh man, the action is just starting to heat up, so you guys don't want to go anywhere, as we're going to get ready. Go back to green flag racing. The green flag going to come back out here once again. These drivers stacked up, ready to go to battle here. Sean Burke out in front is going to get that green flag there in the restart zone. He's getting a great push there to his back bumper from the 99 ride of Christopher Muse. Muse giving a good push down on the bottom side, but here comes some help now, as here comes the 6 ride to the back bumper of that 70, but the 99 is going to leave. The 95 of Sean Burke down on the bottom side by himself. He's going to jump up to the high side here. He's going to try to take that lead away here, as this is a 1-lap shootout back down here for the competition. Caution, our stage end coming right up this time by as a 1-lap shootout. Now leading the way, it's the 99 machine of Christopher Muse, as Muse leads the way. Mike Killen back there in 2nd. Robert Tuiscu there in 3rd. Al Reed there in 4th. As you can see them starting to shuffle around here at the front of the field. And Christopher Muse hold off that 70 ride and pick up the stage win here for stage number 2. Looks like he's going to go across the start-finish line there in position number 1. Mike Killen back there in 2nd. Looks like the 6th ride of Robert Tuiscu there in 3rd. Al Reed, Jerry Culver, Sean Burke, Chad Jeffries, Bud Shearer, Johnny Thunders, Preston A. Stripe. Looks like they're rounding out our top 10 right there on the lead lap. I do believe Anthony Garland in the 81 down pit side, down a lap here. James Garland also down a lap in the 37 ride. He's currently sitting in that lucky dog position here. But he's got Christopher Pilo right there to his inside, as that's the battle for that lucky dog out there on the racetrack between the 37 and that 15. Cameron Dario right there in the 48 as well, trying to work himself into that lucky dog spot. You see the 69 ride of Joshua Benton headed back down pit side here, so another tough break here for Benton. Wayne Garland out there on the racetrack. I believe Wayne is still 1 lap down. Actually, I do believe Wayne is possibly 2 laps down here. We'll have to wait and see here as this rolls by, as the 37 continues to hold down that lucky dog position. Pilo, Derek, there's some contact. Around goes. Oh no, we got another big one happening here. We're trying to find it. You see the 93 ride of Bud Shearer going around. You see Johnny Thunders getting a piece of that one. Bud Shearer going around, some pretty heavy damage there on the 93. I do believe James Garland was collected in that one. Some pretty heavy damage to him. Cameron Dario having some issues there as well. We'll take a look back and see what brings up the caution flag here once again. Is the caution flag going to come back out here? We'll take a look right here and see where the caution flag comes out. We see some smoke already here. I believe it's the 37 ride of James Garland that gets this underway here. Looks like the 37 not clear. The 5 ride down the bottom side. The 5 ride's going to get into him there. Spin him around. Going to go around up there on the high side. The 19 ride's going to go around. The 95 collected in it. A couple other drivers getting some heavy damage there as well. James Garland, unfortunately, going to go around here and bring that caution flag out for the 3rd time this evening at the stage break as well. So tough one there for the 37. Jump on board here. I do believe the 95 ride getting some heavy damage there as well. That is the 95 of Sean Burke. Some pretty heavy damage here. He tries to avoid it, gets down the racetrack. Then the 19 comes down the track, gets back into his left rear, sends him up the racetrack there. And a tough break here for a lot of fast drivers out there, man. There's a ton of good cars out there on the racetrack. The 95 almost avoids it. 5 ride getting a little bit of damage there as well. The Kyle Larson machine getting some damage out there. That's Jerry Culver. We'll jump on board here with Jerry and see what happens here, as this is going to give you a good look at it, as the 37 ride just not quite down to the yellow line. Tries to come down to block it and then just couldn't quite get there. And then 19, the 5, the 95, the 93, the 37, all getting some pretty heavy damage there. Going around. The caution flag going to come back out. We're going to stack everyone back up, and we're going to get ready to go back to green flag racing here just a little bit, as it's currently showing me right now Preston Stripe is our leader here. And that Napa number 9 ride is showing me Preston's out in front here in this one. Christopher Muse in second. Al Reed there in third. Robert Tuiscu there in fourth. Mike Killingbeck, Jerry Culver, Bud Shearer, Johnny Thunders, Anthony Garland back onto the lead lap. He's going to get that wave around. Cameron Dario is going to get that wave as well. Looks like Sean Burke going to jump back onto the lead lap, as the 95 ride going to stay out there on the racetrack here. She's going to come back out onto the racetrack after making his pit stop. To the 19 ride of Chad Jeffries, still parked down pit side. Christopher Pilo there in 13th, I do believe, looking to try and get this wave around to get back onto the lead lap here. I believe the 22 trying to get a wave around as well, as see the 22 of Colton Manich out there. Right in front of him, the 84 ride of Wayne Garland. Looks like Wayne trying to get a wave around as well, getting one of these laps back. James Garland still parked down pit side. He's going to roll back out onto the racetrack. See Chad Jeffrey still down there getting some repairs done to the 19 ride after some heavy contact there. Jamie Stripe still out there in the 13 ride as well. Joshua Benton. Ben, unfortunately, was having a great run earlier on. Benton, Wayne Garland, and Anthony Garland were all having some wicked runs at the start of this one. A couple of those Garlands were pretty much nose to tail for the first 15, 19 laps on the racetrack. And then, unfortunately, after that first green flag pit stop in that first stage, kind of really broke them apart, kind of really mixed things up, with a couple drivers staying out on the racetrack, playing that fuel strategy. But a few of these other drivers, unfortunately, laps down here, and they're still trying to come back from being a lap or two down, and unfortunately making some unscheduled pit stops after making those wave rounds, expecting some quick caution flags, as unfortunately hasn't came too much in this one, as only 3 caution flags so far, 2 for wrecks on the racetrack and 1 for the stage break at the end of stage number 1, as stage number 2 has come to a close. And I do believe we're going to give that stage a win to the 9 ride of Preston Stripe and 99 of Christopher Muse in second. And we see the 3 ride of Al Reed there in third, Robert Tuiscu there in fourth, Mike Hillenbeck, Jerry Culver, Bud Shearer, Anthony Garland back out onto the lead lap there in 9th. Sean Burke still in the lead lap there in 10th. Looks like Cameron Dario going to get back to the lead lap in 11th. Chad Jeffries in the 19. Still out there on the lead lap. Christopher Pilo, James Garland. Unfortunately, I do believe Garland may be a lap down here. I don't know how they score some of these. Some of these cars are not in the spot they're supposed to be here, and it's very odd because it's really mixed up the lineup here. We'll have to wait and see how it all figures out, how everything plans out here, as we're going to get ready to go back to green flag racing. And we're going to jump in with a Peacemaker game and crank it up here on this restart. So, ladies and gentlemen, crank up that volume and cheer on your favorite driver, as we're going to get ready to crank it up. We're going to crank it up here on Peacemaker Gaming. Pace truck making the hard left-hand turn. We're going to see him into this Geico restart zone. We're right on board with our second-place driver, the 99 of Christopher Muse. As we're going to crank it up. Cheer these drivers on as here we go. The final stage here in this one.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
All right, ladies and gentlemen, hopefully you guys enjoyed that. Crank it up right there as we cranked it up here with the Outcast Racing League as these guys continue to put on a great show for us. Leading the way in that Batmobile, it's the 3 machine of Al Reed out in front. Reed continuing to lead the way here in that number 3 machine. The 70 ride of Mike Killingbeck right there in second. Christopher Muse there in third. He's right there in position number 3, and then Robert Tuiscu there in position number 4 as they're coming up on some slower traffic down here on the bottom side of the racetrack. You see the 84 and the 22 ride going down a lap here again as they were not in the draft there, only a 2-car draft, and unfortunately they're going to get consumed here. You see the 84 or the 48 ride, Cameron Dario, unfortunately having to get right to their rear bumper there. Have to check up just a little bit. That's going to lose a lot of momentum there on the bottom side of the racetrack, as high side look like they're starting to break apart as these guys starting to move back down towards the bottom. As up on the outside there, that is Johnny Thunders in the 60 ride. Trying to get that high side working. The 69 ride right there behind him. That's Joshua Benton, who's in the 16th position. Unfortunately, there's some contact and around goes Joshua Benton. Benton up the racetrack, back up almost in front of the field there. A little bit of contact as Joshua Benton, unfortunately, gonna go around. Wayne Garland collected there in that one as well in the 84. Those were two of those cars that were just unfortunately getting past there. Wayne Garland and Colton Manich also collected there in the 22. They had both just went down a lap. You see Jamie Stripe coming back out onto the racetrack here. The 13 ride was unfortunately at the rear of the field here in that 19th position, but our fourth caution flag of the evening coming out here as a little bit of contact here. They go 3 wide, and it looks like the 22, unfortunately, just coming up the racetrack ever so slightly here. We'll get a look at it here. 3 wide, comes up the racetrack right there, gets into the right rear quarter panel of Joshua Benton. Goes down the racetrack, collects the 84, the 22 going around as well. Doesn't look like much damage to any of these cars.
Let's go!
But probably some hurt egos there in that one. They're going to go around, and the caution flag going to come back out here. We'll take another look at this one as, fortunately here for the 84 ride, going to get collected here as we'll play it back just a little bit as 22 gets a good run, a good push from the back end here and tries to go 3 wide. Then unfortunately just bouncing around, and 84 going to slide down here. He's not going to make any contact with that inside wall, so a good job by him by locking up the brakes there and avoiding getting into that inside wall there. But fortunately, that may ruin his tires, and these drivers only had 4 sets of tires to start the evening, and some may be starting to run out of tires here out there on the racetrack as Al Reed continues to lead the way here. Looks like Al may lead him down pit side here. The 3 ride, the first driver down into pit lane. Mike Killenbeck right there in position number 2 here as they head down pit side to get some service to their rides. Christopher Muse there in 3rd. Robert Tuiscu there in that 4th position. Johnny Thunders in 5th. Chad Jeffries. See everyone pulling into their pit stalls here as these drivers are going to get some work done to their rides, and they're going to get back out onto the racetrack here in a few more moments after these green or yellow flag pit stops, and we're going to see a little bit of a race here. As it looks like the 3 ride of Al Reed is going to stay out in front here with a good pit stop. Reed is going to have that first spot coming out of pit lane as he's going to stay out in front. Mike Killenbeck there in 2nd. Christopher Muse in 3rd. Robert Tuiscu going to stay there in 4th. Johnny Thunders going to jump up into 5th here as Cameron Dario going to slide back to 6th. Bud Shearer, Sean Burke, Jerry Culver all back out onto the racetrack. We see Christopher Pilo coming back out through the field here as well. The 19 ride staying, getting some additional damage cleaned up here on that 19 ride. For a couple earlier incidences, but still on the lead lap. So we're going to get ready here to stack them back up as, I'm not sure, it looked like maybe Preston Stripe was still on the lead lap, but he may have been that first car 1 lap down. I'm not sure how they're going to score this one as might be the 9 ride getting the wave around here. It may be James Garland in the 37. Garland trying to get back onto the lead lap. So is in the 81 machine as well of Anthony Garland. Wayne Garland still back here behind the pace truck. He's trying to get that free pass as well. Joshua Benton also trying to get that free pass. Fortunately, some drivers quite a few laps down now, not having the evening they would have liked. Some bad pit strategy, some bad brakes, and they're fairly deep in this one. And a couple laps down is the last thing you want to have here at Talladega, as there's not a lot of room to try to work yourself through the field and try to get back onto the lead lap. It's kind of impossible as this Jensen's ride still parked down pit side, so I'm not sure what might be the issue here. Is there you go, Chad Jeffries going to pop her back into gear, and he's going to disappear here from his pit stall. He's going to try to stay out in front of our leader, stay on that lead lap as Al Reed right there in that top spot, continuing to have a great run in that digitalmotorsports.com number 3 ride. He continues to lead the way. Maybe a little bit of luck of the Irish there. The Ireland flag on the car, as well as each driver's going to get ready to go back to battle here once again, side by side, stacked back up. Mike Killenbeck there in second. 99 of Christopher Muse, Robert Tuiscu there in third and fourth. We see the 60 ride of Johnny Thunders, Cameron Dario there in fifth and sixth. Then we see the 5 machine of Jerry Culver, Christopher Pilo in 7th and 8th on the racetrack. Bud Shearer currently in the 9th position. Sean Burke in position number 10 as they get back out onto the racetrack. Looks like Preston Stripe going to be in that 11th spot out there. Chad Jeffries in 12th. And see James Garland back onto the lead lap. He's headed down pit side to get some service done to that ride. Anthony Garland, unfortunately, still back there. I do believe a lap down here for the 81 ride. He is 1 lap down. I do believe he is the first car 1 lap down, the only driver that's still 1 lap down there in that Avatar Toyota number 81 machine. As if there's another caution flag, he may get that wave around and back out onto the green, or onto the lead lap. So we'll have to keep an eye out here that 81 can stay out of the carnage and try to work himself back onto the lead lap as well. Anthony Garland, that 1 car 1 lap down. Actually looks like Anthony Garland and Wayne Garland are both on the 1 lap down pace here. 84 at the rear of the field here. He's going to have to try to work himself back up through here as he's behind the 9 ride. The 81 giving a good shot right there as the pace truck going to make the hard left-hand turn. We're going to get ready to go back to green flag racing as the green flag going to come back out into the air here. So we're going to get close to the end of this one as the laps continue to click off. We're going to get ready to go back to green flag racing. 3 ride with a good jump, a little bit of a good shove there. He's going to have lane choice here where he wants to be, as it looks like the 99 is going to slide up to that high side as well in front of the 70 ride. So Christopher Muse now up into that 2nd position. So here comes Johnny Thunders down on the bottom side. A good run here down low for Johnny Thunders. Thunders looking to try to jump up and take the top spot away. He's got a hard charging number 5 ride of Jerry Culver right there in position number 2. Then you see that 22 ride of Colton Manage. Unfortunately, Manage a few laps down here, but here he is trying to work himself back towards the front of the field here. He's going to try to race his way back another lap here if he can jump out in front and catch a lucky caution break. If he's leading this pack, he's right there. Then we see Anthony Garland in the 81 ride right there as well. He's right in the middle here. He's going to try to jump up to the high side. Thinks better of it as a big run coming out of the 95 there on the high side. He's going to be stuck right in the middle as the 22 there to his inside. Looks like he's going to find a hole down there on the bottom right behind the 5 ride. That Flow Racing Kyle Larson. HendrickCars.com machine. He's going to jump up to the high side here. The 95 going to jump right in behind him. Sean Burke trying to find some holes here, trying to work himself towards the front of the field as the laps continue to click off. Looks like we got about 25 more laps left to go here in this one. 25 more laps out there on the racetrack for these drivers as Al Reed continuing to lead the way here. Christopher Muse there in 2nd. Mike Killenbeck there in 3rd. Robert Tuiscu there in 4th. Then we see Cameron Dario there in 5th. You see that 5 ride, unfortunately stuck down there on the bottom side as their single file up there on the high side. He's going to slide all the way back here behind that lap down number 81 ride. He's going to slide up in front of Johnny Thunders and in that 9th position. Up at the front of the field, single file here. Like for a second there, maybe the 6 ride. There goes the 48 ride of Cameron Dario. He's going to think about jumping up to the high side here. He's going to try to go back side by side towards the front of the field. He's getting a good shove there by the 93 as Bud Shearer right there on his back bumper. But now that high side going to kind of dissipate again. They keep building up, and then drivers continue to jump back in the line here and out of the line. And fortunately, kind of breaking everything up here at the front of the field as wait and see where our leaders go. As here comes another big run up on the high side and a big shove right here through the middle of the corner. The 93 ride glued right to the back bumper there of the 48. 48 of Cameron Dario trying to jump up here and take this lead away. The 3 ride can't slide up and break that draft. As there goes the 48 machine as Cameron Dario is going to take the lead down the backstretch here. A driver who not too long ago was a lap down, had to get that free pass back out onto the lead lap here. And here he is battling for the lead as side by side the 48 of Cameron Dario and the 3 ride of Al Reed. As these guys continue to battle all the way back to the start finish line here. Looks like it is going to be the 3 ride staying out in front here for another lap, so he's going to lead another one. I do believe Al Reed has been out in front for the most so far this evening. We've seen a lot of different leaders, a lot of different drivers lead some laps here. Al Reed leading quite a bit. We saw Christopher Muse out in front for a little bit. We saw Mike Killenbeck, Sean Burke out in front. I believe we saw Johnny Thunders out there as well. We saw a couple of the Garlands leading some laps there. Joshua Benton, Colton Manich early on was up there at the front of the field, as well as a lot of different drivers leading some laps. As you can see, that high side continuing to get a great push there through the middle of the corner. That 93 car is all over the back bumper, absolutely hooked up to the rear end of that 48 ride. And that high side really working as now the 48 of Cameron Dario is going to jump up and take the lead away. Curious, though, why is he talking as if it's the last 5 laps? He's going to tire himself out doing that, talk casual until the last 5 laps. Kevin, my boy, I talk however I want to talk, my boy. This is something that I would listen to if I decided to rob a bank and fatally wounded and make it home somehow as I bleed out because it's so peaceful. It's so peaceful. Are you saying that this is it's bad or good? What point are you trying to get across, my boy? What point are you trying to get across? Yo, Jaron Argasinger coming in, smashing that heart reaction on the stream as well. Jaron, my boy, what is good, homie? What is good, my boy? Because if you don't like it, you can leave, man. No one's forced to stay here. No one's forced to watch. So if you don't like it, it's good. Laugh out loud. It's good. Okay, that's what I like to hear, my boy. That's what I like to hear. It's good, but we talk always as it's anything can happen at any point in time, and we always talk like how we do, man. I'm not gonna change anything up, man. It's always just trying to keep the intensity up, keep the action packed. As now we see a big dive to the bottom of the racetrack. There goes the 95 ride. The 95 of Sean Burke back out in front here. The 92 right there behind him. Unfortunately, the 92 is a lap down here, so a tough break there. Brock Page a few laps down, actually, up into the second spot here. The second spot in line as he's about 5 laps down right now. As now it looks like he's going to try to jump to the bottom side of Burke here and take that top spot away and work himself another lap back here. As now he needs that caution flag to stay out in front of this lead pack and keep that 92 ride right there to get himself a lap back on the racetrack. Is Al Reed back out in front, currently the second car in line. The 99 ride of Christopher Muse right there in position number 2. They're going to jump to the high side here. Muse is going to follow the 3 ride. I'm not sure if the 95 is going to follow them as he's going to try to stay right to the back bumper of the 92. But the 92, you can see that draft really pull him back in a quick hurry. A big shove right there on the bottom side of the racetrack from the 95 and the 48 of Dario as they get into the back of the 92, trying to push him back towards the front to work themselves back up there. But that high side starting to work here once again. As Al Reed back out in front here. Reed continuing to lead the way once again. It's the 99 of Christopher Muse right there in position number 2. Mike Hillenbeck there in third, and there is Sean Burke up into position number 4 as Burke continuing to look for more here all over the place, trying to find a way to get towards the front here once again. He got left high and dry the last time he was out in front. He's going to hope to hold them all off this next time. The 99 right of Muse sliding around a little bit back there. You can see that bottom side starting to work its way back up towards the front here. Muse sliding back ever so slightly here as you can see him really moving that 99 right around, maybe starting to run a little bit of hot car there as he's been glued right there to the back bumper of the 3 right of Al Reed. So Reed getting all that fresh air. The 99 stuck right there behind him, maybe starting to run a little bit hot. That car looks like it's starting to get really, really loose. Maybe just a couple big pushes from the back end there as Mike Hillenbeck continuing to try to push that top side up a little bit farther ahead and maybe try to go single file here towards the end of this one as they've stayed side by side here throughout the entire evening. You are pretty good, but you need a partner to feed off of. Heck, I'm getting tired just from listening to you talk. Stressful, laugh out loud. Oh, no, Kev, we're good, homie. We're good. We could do this all day long, my boy. We could do this all day long, homie. Al Reed continuing to lead the way. Christopher Muse right there in second, continuing to push that 3 right as the bottom side starting to find its way back towards the front. The high side, though, now with 5 cars and a little bit more established up there, looking for some big runs here out of the high groove as here they come. The 92 gonna, oh, I thought he was gonna try to jump back up and block that high side. He may have gotten left high and dry there. If he tried to make that move, as now you can see them all breaking up here. The 70 ride down to the bottom side here. You can see them all mixing it up here, all down to the bottom. Looks like Johnny Thunders, the 1 car left out there on the high side. It looks like Johnny Thunders unfortunately going to slide back as he's currently in that 5th position. I believe that is the 37 ride. No, not the 37. I don't know. These drivers all mixed up here. We see some of them back here, unfortunately, sliding back, not really inside that top draft. We see a little pack here of 3 drivers. This is Chad Jeffries in that 7th position. Christopher Pilo there in 8th. And then the 22 ride of Colton Manich is actually about 3 laps down, 4 laps down, all the way back in the 17th position on the racetrack. Tough break there. We see Cameron Dario headed down pit side, actually back out onto the racetrack. Jerry Culver right there as well as they had to go down pit side, get some work done to their rides, back out onto the racetrack after that green flag pit stop to see if anyone else comes down pit side. Doesn't look like it, so maybe a little bit of a different strategy coming out of the 48 and the 5 ride. They're going to jump back out onto the racetrack here. They're not going to have too much of a draft. Only a 2-car draft, and you can see the rest of the field now coming down through corner number 2 here. So they're going to catch those 2 rather quickly as they're only about a straightaway ahead of them. They got to hope for a quick caution flag or a little bit of good strategy here to pay off for them to be able to lead the way here at the end of this one. As the laps continue to click off here, this time, going to finish off lap number 74, and we're going to start lap number 75, and 13 more laps left to go here, this time by the start-finish line. Al Reed still out in front. Christopher Muse has been right there on his back bumper all evening long. You see Johnny Thunders starting to make some ground up there on the high side. Only 2 cars up there on the outside lane, but somehow they've been able to work their way closer and closer towards the front here. So Johnny Thunders looking to try to maybe take this lead away. The 70 ride of Mike Hillenbeck right there in that 4th position now. Sean Burke in the 95 there in 5th. Bud Shearer there in 6th. A couple of those other drivers up inside that lead pack as now we see Christopher Pilo down pit side as Pilo in the 15 ride. Parked down here, getting his car service. You see the 19 of Chad Jeffries down there as well. Colton Manich down pit side in that Hulk ride as he's getting some work done as well. As now it looks like the 99 of Christopher Muse is going to get around the 3 machine of Al Reed. Reed is going to slide back into position number 2, and the 99 of Christopher Muse is going to take the lead away here. So the Deadpool number 99 ride out in front. Christopher Muse leading the way. Al Reed now into second. You got to think maybe that's a little bit of teamwork happening between the 99 and the 3, as the 3 was out in front for quite a while there. That 99 ride was probably starting to get a little bit hot as they're rolling into some more of these drivers that are just coming off pit side here. They're going to try to join this lead pack, but unfortunately they are going to go a lap down here. The little 3 wide, Johnny Thunder's way up the racetrack there. See the 93 is going to drive down to the inside of him and try to roll back up here. You see all these cars that just came off pit lane trying to roll back into the field here, trying to gain that draft and make this lead pack a little bit bigger, but unfortunately they're going to be a lap down. See Jerry Culver and Cameron Dario still on the lead lap here, but not too far in front. But they're going to see the caution flag as the caution flag comes out here late in this one. We're going to have to take a look back and see what happens, but the fuel strategy game may be out the window here for some of these drivers, but it may pay off for a few more of them as Cameron Dario and Jerry Culver on the lead lap still in 9th and 10th position. They were the last cars on the racetrack here before going a lap down. They had already pitted about 5 laps ago, so they're going to stay out. And they may consume the lead here late in this one. So this is going to be interesting to see how it all unfolds, as I do believe Christopher Muse, our race leader right now, is going to have to go down pit side and get some fuel into that 99 ride. So it was an Al Reed, Mike Killingbeck, Sean Burke, Bud Shearer, Johnny Thunders. All these drivers are going to have to go back and pit here, except for Cameron Dario and Jerry Culver, who are currently in 9th and 10th out there on the racetrack. As we'll take a look back, it looks like Joshua Benton in the 69 ride. I think maybe getting some hard contact. Here's the 6 machine of Robert Tuisco, unfortunately, going to get into his back bumper. Tuisco is currently in that 6th position on the racetrack, or actually the 7th position. That 69 ride, unfortunately, a couple laps down here. It's going to get that bumper and into him, and then 84 ride goes right into the side of the 69, and unfortunately, Benton's going to go around here. He's kind of stuck there on the racetrack, probably flat-spotted those tires. Unfortunately, that car stopped on the track, pointing the wrong direction. The caution flag coming out fairly quickly there for that one, as we're going to see the 99 ride. This Deadpool machine, our race leader, going to head down pit side here to get some service, get some fuel into that car. So is an Al Reed, and so isn't the rest of our top 8 drivers. See Robert Tuisco there in the 6th ride. Preston Stripe a little bit farther behind here, as he's going to head down pit side and get some fuel into the 9 machine as well. And that may give the lead away here to the 48 ride, but he may actually be coming down pit side himself. The 48 going to decide to come back down and get more fuel into that car, get that car fixed back up. So isn't Jerry Culver. So their pit strategy out the window here. Maybe going to get some fresh tires, get those cars topped up here. It looks like Chad Jeffries is going to get the wave around. Christopher Pilo, I do believe he's going to be the first car 1 lap down here if we go back to green flag racing. As Jeffries is going to get that wave around and back onto the lead lap. So we're going to have 11 drivers back out there. But I do believe Pilo should be getting the wave around here. Pilo, the 22 ride of Colt Manich, the 69 ride as well of Josh Benton, should all be getting the wave around as our leaders back out onto the racetrack here. It's the 70 ride of Mike Killingbeck, who's going to pick up a couple spots here down pit side. He's going to make the pass now, and he's going to be our race leader coming back to the start of this restart here, as Christopher Muse is going to fall back into 2nd. Al Reed there in 3rd. Robert Tuisco is going to gain a couple positions there. He's going to jump up into 4th. Sean Burke back to 5th. Bud Shearer in 6th. Johnny Thunders in 7th. Preston Stripe in 8th. And Cameron Dario and Jerry Culver rounding out our top 10 here. As Culver back out onto the racetrack here as he heads back down down the backstretch here. The 19 ride of Chad Jeffries just got his lap back. He's going to be the last car, I do believe, on the lead lap here, unless if Pilo can get that wave around here and get himself back onto the lead lap in that Spider-Man Pepsi machine, as he's there in that 12th position. Anthony Garland in 13th in the 81 ride is Garland there in 13th. James Garland in that Deadpool number 37 ride, currently in 14th. Wayne Garland in the 84 on that fantastic Ford Johnny Flames number 84 ride in that 15th position on the racetrack. Jumping back out here onto the track, the 69 of Joshua Benton. And that championship winning Punisher number 69 ride, the Marvel Machine there in 16th on the racetrack. Colton Manich in the Hulk ride, the 22 machine currently in 17th. Brock Page in the 92 is currently in the 18th position, and Jamie Stripe in that Carvana number 13 is our last driver here on the racetrack, as Jamie unfortunately back there in the 19th position, bringing up the rear of the field here in this one, not having the evening he would hope for. So we're going to get these drivers stacked back up. We're going to get ready to go back to green flag racing, as we do see Christopher Pilo getting a wave around there. So that's going to get him back onto the lead lap. We do see the 22 of Colton Manich getting a lap back as well. We did see Joshua Benton, unfortunately, and put to the rear here. He did not get a lap back, as he was the one who brought that caution flag out. You see the 19 ride, our last car, who just got the wave around for the lucky dog. Currently there in 11th. He's going to start the rear of the field here. It's Christopher Pilo trying to catch up to these guys before they take the green flag here once again, as he wants to stay in that lead draft and battle up here at the front of the field, as we're going to get ready to go back to green flag racing. The lights are turned off. That official iRacing pace truck, the Lawrence Tech number 70 ride of Mike Killingbeck, leads the way here. Christopher Muse, Al Reed, Robert Tuiscu, Sean Burke, Bud Shearer, Johnny Thunders, Cameron Dario, Preston Stripe, Jerry Culver, Chad Jeffries, and Christopher Pilo. 12 drivers left here on the lead lap to finish this one off. We're going to get ready to go back to green flag racing, and we're going to take a ride right on board here with our... We're going to jump right on board here with the 3 ride of Al Reed here, the Batmobile, as he's going to take us down here to the green flag. We're going to see them switch through the gears and try to disappear, as he's going to try to stay glued right to the rear bumper here of that 70 ride of Mike Killingbeck. So we're going to get ready to hit that Geico restart zone and set these drivers back loose. All right, as they all start to shuffle around here, you see 8 more laps left to go, 7 more this time by. You see this pack is all bunched together here. All these drivers trying to pick up the checkered flag here, but right now it's the 70 ride of Mike Killingbeck out in front, but a good lineup down there on the bottom side. As 3 cars down low trying to work their way back up towards the front. Here comes the 95 ride of Sean Burke. Burke there in position number 2, as he's going to try to jump up and take this lead away. Al Reed all over the back bumper still of the 70 ride of Killingbeck, as Killingbeck trying to stay out in front here. A good run, though, down on the bottom side. Is going to keep that 95 ride, I do believe, out in front, as you see one driver jumping out of line there. That's the 48. Cameron Dario down on the bottom side, giving some big shoves here, as well as our top 10 all right there, side by side up here through the front of the field, as they're going to head down through the tri-oval. Mike Killenbeck with a good push here down the front straightaway from the 3 ride. Is Al Reed going to try to keep him right there in the lead, but it looks like the 95 ride is going to lead that lap. So Sean Burke out in front doing what he needs to do to pick up this checkered flag. He may be sitting in the best place on the racetrack, out of the carnage here and out of the way, as he's out in front, but right there behind him, Johnny Thunders is going to be making a move, and all these hungry drivers right there. A little bit of contact, Killenbeck into the wall. Around goes the 3 machine of Al Reed, as Reed's going to go around, and the caution flag is going to come out late in this one. The Digital Motorsports.com number 3 machine going to go around after the 48 ride of Cameron Dario jumped up that high lane, and that unfortunately just looked like everybody was kind of out of shape there. Headed down the backstretch, as try to take a look here right from that 70 ride here and see if we can get a good look at it. As Killenbeck was all over the back bumper here of Dario, gets right into the back bumper right here. He gets a big shot from the 3 ride. They all kind of just stack up there on the high side. 70 up into the outside wall, comes back down, gets into the 3 ride. Spins that 3 machine of Al Reed into that outside wall, and a tough break there for Al Reed, as we'll jump right on board here with that 3 ride. Those big bumps right there, bam, bam, gets them out. All messed up, and unfortunately into that outside wall. Great job there. Who is that? That's the the 69. A great job there by Benton for being able to hold off and not make some hard contact there with that 3 ride, as he basically drove right into it here. As you can see, it's starting to happen from way back here. We'll take a look at this one, as he's able to get on the binders quick enough here and avoid the contact, as already anticipating it, already checking up, burning those tires, but staying out of the way of that 3 ride as he comes back down the racetrack. A great job there by Joshua Benton avoiding that 3 ride, spinning out there on the high side, as he's going to head down pit side and get some work done to that car. Going to have quite a bit of damage to repair there for that 3 ride if he wants to continue on racing in this one. As we're going to stack them back up, we're going to re-rack them and get ready to go back to green flag racing. Looks like we're going to get one more time around here. These drivers going to roll around the racetrack here one more time. Fuel not an issue. Everything on the line here late in this one. You see the 37 ride getting the wave around there. I do believe that was James Garland getting the wave around. Going to try to get him back out onto the lead lap here, as Garland in that 37, the Deadpool machine, currently in that 14th position on the racetrack. Anthony Garland in the 81, just coming back out onto the racetrack after his pit stop. I do believe Anthony, unfortunately, was in that free pass position, but going down pit side, that's going to give that spot now to James Garland, as he's going to get that wave around and back onto the lead lap here, as we're going to get all these drivers stacked back up and ready to go back to battle, as 70 ride still down pit side here. A tough break for Mike Killenbeck. Some hard contact there, some pretty heavy damage as he's still parked down pit side. We see Al Reed back out onto the racetrack here, so good to see Reed back out rolling there. That car looks like it's fixed back up and ready to go back to battle. The Anthony Garland right there behind him in the 81 ride. James Garland catching up to them in that 37 machine. Wayne there in the 84. There in the 15th position, Joshua Benton, that we just saw with that great move to stay off of the 3 ride and create more mayhem and more carnage out there on the racetrack. In 16th, Colton Manich right there behind him. In 17th, Brock Page. Shown quite a bit of speed here. A couple times we saw that 92 ride work himself up towards the front of the field. Unfortunately, after getting collected in a couple wrecks, having some not so good strategy or not catching caution flags at the right time. The 92 ride of Brock Page, unfortunately, back there in the 18th position, about 5 laps down. We see Jamie Stripe in the 13 ride and that Carvana ride on the same lap there as Brock Page. So those two are going to duke it out for the last and second last position here in this one, but we still have opportunities for more drivers to slide back there, as the carnage may not be done. We may still be in for some more beating and banging, some more spins and crashes around this racetrack. We'll get them stacked up side by side. The lights are off, that official iRacing pace truck, and we're going to get ready to go back to green flag racing. We'll take a look right here as these drivers and around the racetrack at the gyro cam. You can see the banking on this racetrack. I believe it is 33 degrees of banking around Talladega Super Speedway, and you can see really how much that banking really is, man. That is a heck of a steep angle. Even coming back down off corner number 2, you can see it kind of start to level back out here. About 3 degrees, 2 degrees kind of deal down the backstretch here. But then once they come back down into corner number 3, it's that drive off the corners where these cars really balance out. The rear springs kind of balance back out. These cars kind of hit a little bit of a wake, and they can easily have some things happen. Oh no, big wreck in the NASCAR race here as well. Kyle Larson completely tore apart here, hard into the wall. A tough break there for the Hendrick cars. Number 5 rider Kyle Larson is, and that car got absolutely destroyed. Looked like Alex Bowman might have got some damage in that one as well, possibly there. Dang. Larson's out, chat. So we're going to get ready to go back to green flag racing in this one. We got our own Talladega Super Speedway racing here in this one to be completed here. The pace truck going to make that hard left-hand turn back down pit side. We're going to get ready to go back to green flag racing. As the green flag back out in the air here for a little bit of NASCAR overtime with the Outcast Racing League as 2 more laps left to go. Sean Burke out in front, getting a great push there as the 93 of Bud Shearer right there on his back bumper. Cameron Dario up into position number 3. Here comes Christopher Muse there in 4th as that high lane just did not get going. They were stalled out there on that high side. Johnny Thunders up into 5th. Christopher Pilo in the 15 ride, who was just a lap down not too long ago. Now up into that 6th position as they're 2-3 wide back there behind them. The top 3 single file trying to pull away here. It's the 95 ride down the front stretch through the tri-oval here, looking to try to get that white flag. The next flag will end it here as we're going to see that white flag fly one more time around. One car up into the outside wall, comes back down the racetrack. That's going to be Christopher Pilo that we were just talking about. The old announcer's curse coming out for that number 15 ride. We saw Joshua Benton getting collected in that as well, but out in front still. Right there, nose to tail, a big push out of the 93 ride of Bud Shearer, as Shearer sticking right there to the rear bumper of the 95 of Sean Burke, as Burke leads the way. The top 2, a little bit of tandem racing here, pulling away from the rest of the field. You can see a little bit of a run starting to build up there behind them, but I don't know if they're going to get there, as here they come down the front straightaway through the tri-oval. The 95 of Sean Burke trying to pick up the checkered flag down through the tri-oval, and he's going to pick up the checkered flag here in this one. Sean Burke getting it done, getting the checkered flag. Is Bud Shearer right there pushing him across the start-finish line. The 93 ride with a great run and a great push, getting that 95 here into victory lane as the top 3 going to come up here into the broadcast booth for post-race interviews. Cameron Dario having a great run, as well as Dario in the 48 ride with a overcome being a lap or 2 down here a couple times. That Looney Tunes ride going to be able to jump back into that 3rd spot here, and a great run for him as he comes home in position number 3. But ladies and gentlemen, give it up here for Sean Burke as Burke picks up the checkered flag here in this one. The Castle Rock, Colorado, number 95, riding that RBS Racing. 95 is going to pick up that checkered flag. He's going to slide up in front of a couple of these guys here. He's probably going to try to burn it down here as he wants to burn down the house in that 95 ride. So give it up here for Sean Burke as he gets it done in this one. There you go. Burn down the house there, Sean. Burn it down, my boy. And that RBS Racing number 95 picking up the checkered flag. What a race and what a run there. He gets the job done and parks it down here in Talladega Super Speedway Victory Lane. We're going to jump up into the broadcast booth with our race winner here in just a moment. All right, here he is, ladies and gentlemen. Give it up here for Sean Burke as Burke is going to pick up the checkered flag in this one. Give it up here for the 95 ride. Hey, Sean, it's Aaron up here in the Peacemaker Broadcasting booth to get a copy.
Good afternoon.
Sean, my boy, what a run, what a drive there, man, late in this one. You got a great shove there by the 93 ride, gets you out in front on that restart, and man, oh man, from that point on, you guys never looked back. You two were hooked up and absolutely gone, as you guys had a good lead over the third place driver there, and you guys just, nose to tail right down to the start-finish line, and you pick up the checkered flag here after 88 crazy laps around Talladega Super Speedway. Sean, take us back through this race and how pumped you are to be down here in Victory Lane.
It's a good race for us today. I believe we picked up stage 1 win. We got P2 in stage 2, and then of course took the W for the race. But I don't know. We Bud might need to start charging your viewers for that master class in pushing there. That was insane. Pulled away from the pack. But yeah, it was a great race. Got to thank RBS, Matt Redford, he couldn't join us today. Justin Reynolds, same deal. And then Brock Page, Bud Shearer. Just a great race all the way around.
Absolutely, man. A great race, a fantastic run here. A little bit of craziness. We saw a few big wrecks there, a few drivers coming together as Talladega always produces the big ones here. How did you head into this race? What was your game plan here? Just trying to keep that car in one piece, trying to, maybe save a little bit of tires for, later on if tires were even a matter or even an issue here at the track tonight, or, what was your game plan throughout this race to give yourself a position late in this one to come out of the pits in the lead here later on, and then right there at the end we saw you take that lead away. A great run as that 95 ride was so fast all evening long to be able to park it down here in Victory Lane, man. Take us back through the race and what your game plan was.
Yeah, well, we knew we had to save in stage 1. Everybody was short on gas, so we saved quite a bit. It was about 75-80% throttle the whole stage. That got us the stage win, past P1 and 2 there at the end. Stage 2, no issues, tires or gas, could just go all the way. And then stage 3 was all about just trying to stay on the lead lap, keep the car clean. Which, by the way, I gotta apologize to Jerry Culver in the 5. I was bump drafting him, and somebody came down in front of him. I didn't know they did that, and I got him caught up in a wreck there. But other than that, it was good stuff.
Absolutely, man. A great race and a good run. Sean, who would you like to thank here for such a wicked run here tonight and parking that 95 ride down here in Victory Lane?
Yeah, like I said, I just got to thank RBS, and then also just the Outcast Racing League, the Garland boys. Thanks for putting this on. We're having a blast. I think the races are, this was a great race. This is a super speedway. We hardly had, I felt like, not too many cautions for Talladega, so things are looking up. It was a good time. And from what I've seen, you're doing a tremendous job. Happy to have you as our broadcaster. You really bring the energy, so appreciate that.
Absolutely, my boy. Always trying to keep the people's attention in and trying to always put up some great content, man. And with awesome racing like you guys put on, man, it's absolutely super easy to do, man, as you guys put on a great show for not only myself but all the fans in the stands here this evening. And Sean, picking up that checkered flag, man, congratulations with such a great run and such a great drive here tonight, man. Congratulations on parking it down here in Victory Lane at Talladega Super Speedway.
Thank you. Let's see how we let's shift some gears. No pun intended. Going to road course next week. We'll see how that goes.
It's definitely going to be interesting, man. We look forward to seeing you back out on the racetrack, and hopefully we'll talk to you back up here in the broadcasting booth.
Yes, sir. Have a good one.
To you as well. All right, ladies and gentlemen, give it up there for Sean Burke, our race winner, as the 95 ride parking his ride down here in Victory Lane, man. What a run and what a drive there for that 95. As we're going to pull the 93 machine up, Bud Shearer up into the broadcast booth now as Bud coming home here in position number 2. Bud with a great run there at the end, a great shove and a great push. Didn't really take that look to the outside that we thought maybe he was going to try to make, but staying there in that second spot and a great run as we're going to pull the 93 up here into the broadcast booth. Hey, Bud, it's Aaron up here in the Peacemaker broadcasting booth. You got a copy?
Yes, I do.
Bud, my boy, what a run and what a drive here in this one, man. That 93 ride looked hooked up pretty much all night long. Looked like you were trying to keep it clean, trying to be here at the end, and there you are right there in the closing laps. You get back to the back bumper of your teammate in that RBS number 95 ride, and you push him out here on that restart to a big lead, and the two of you guys just basically hooked up, tandem all around the racetrack for the last lap and a half, 2 laps there to pick up the 1-2 finish here. Where did that come from, man? Where did that run come from, and where did that tandem racing kind of come from right there at the end? Was that a little bit of a inside trick, or was that car just absolutely hooked up here late in the evening?
I didn't turn the switch on until the final restart there. We were out for a Sunday drive all day until we took the final restart, and I just told Sean to, don't worry about them. I plan on pushing you ahead of the pack, so we'll see how far we can go until she blows up. Down the backstretch, she started pushing, and then when I went into turn 3, coming to, I think the checkered is when it finally hit 290, and I had to get off of them or I would have popped. So, yeah, we had a lap, and I'd say a lap and 3/4 hooked to them to get them back there.
Absolutely, man. But what a run and what a drive, man, late in this one for you and your teammate coming home 1 and 2, man. A great run and a great drive. Bud, who would you like to thank for such a wicked drive here tonight in this one?
Well, I'd like to thank you at Peacemaker Gaming for putting on the broadcast, and obviously a big thanks to ORL and the Garlands for putting on the league and letting us race here. Our team, RBS, Matt, Brock, Justin, and Sean. Yeah, just came out and had some fun, and luckily we got to have some fun tonight, so big thanks to every driver that was out there. I didn't see nothing wrong. Looks like everybody had some fun, so that's all that matters.
Absolutely, man. Looked like everyone was having a blast out there. Even some of the guys that were, 4 or 5 laps down, they were still up there, battling at the front of the field, still making some moves, still being a part of it, and having some fun out there on the racetrack. So made for some very good, exciting racing, and good to see, a pair of, a team here late in this one coming together, finding each other out there on the racetrack, and using that teamwork to push each other across the start-finish line 1 and 2.
Yeah, we definitely had no friends. That was showing early on. Whatever, if the pair of us would go to a lane, everybody would just disappear out of it. So I decided quarter way through stage 1, just don't be aggressive. Just, you know what I mean? Don't race it. Let them have it, and then we'll wait until there's 2 laps to go and you don't need any friends and you just need one person to push.
Absolutely, my boy. Absolutely. Well, Bud, congratulations on a solid second place run here in this one. Just got a good notice as well here as I was looking at your car. See that Canadian flag up there on the ride, and see that you're from Norwood, Ontario, man. So another Ontario boy. It's good to see some of the Canadians up here in this one.
Thank you kindly. Yes, sir.
Absolutely. I normally don't see very many Canadians on iRacing, so it's good to see. I mean, being from Canada myself, I'm from the Belleville, Kingston, Prince Edward County area, so it's cool to see some more iRacers coming from Ontario and from around Canada and everything else, and joining the fun. And it's always awesome to see them have good runs here in any of the leagues that we broadcast.
Yeah, I haven't met anybody within a half an hour from me, so there you are.
Yeah. I don't know how far Norwood is from me, but
About 40 minutes north of you.
About 40 minutes north. Okay, yeah. See, there you go. See, well, Bud, great run, and maybe someday we'll meet up somewhere or have a drink or something like that, and talk about iRacing in real life. As man, you're probably not one of the closest ones. I have a few drivers, obviously, that like from Brighton Speedway and Brockville, and a lot of those guys that we race with here and there. But they're not really on very much anymore these days. So it's nice to see some some new faces from the region up here on
Brighton. They'd be dirt guys if they're from Brighton.
They are dirt guys. That is correct. Yes, I'm mainly dirt myself, so it's a little bit more out of my element with the pavement stuff. We're just kind of dipping our toes in the water here and having some fun with the asphalt stuff.
Well, welcome aboard, man. It's nice to have somebody close to home.
Absolutely, man. Well, Bud, congrats on the second place run, and hopefully we'll see you back up here in the broadcast booth next weekend.
Yes, sir. Thank you kindly.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, give it up there for our second place driver, Bud Shearers. He comes home here in position number 2. It doesn't look like Cameron Dario is in the booth here, so I'm not sure if we're going to pull that 48 right up here for his post-race interview. I don't see him in the Discord. I don't see Cameron anywhere in the Discord here, so I don't think we're gonna get him up here for his post-race interview. So a tough break, but a good run there by that 48 ride. He was very, very fast out there as well. Cameron having a great run and a great drive there. His profile saying, "I think I'm pro." I mean, he looked pretty good out there and pretty pro out there late in this one. Just couldn't quite hang with that tandem draft there between the teammates at the front of the field. As Sean Burke picks up the checkered flag. Bud Shearer coming home there in position number 2. Cameron Dario, Christopher Muse, Al Reed, Robert Tuiscu, Jerry Culver, Chad Jeffries, Preston Stripe, Johnny Thunders rounding out the top 10. Mike Killingbeck, Christopher Pilo there in 11th and 12th. And we saw Anthony Garland, James Garland, Wayne Garland, Colton Manich, Joshua Benton, Brock Page, and Jamie Stripe rounding out the field there. 19 drivers taking the green flag here this evening, and man, what a race it was. 88 laps of action-packed side-by-side battles all around this place as these drivers put on a heck of a show for us. But ladies and gentlemen, give it up there for all these drivers and give it up for our race winner one more time as Sean Burke parks it down here in victory lane. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, unfortunately, we're going to call it there on that note. We're going to go get some food into us. We're going to get a little bit warmed up. We're going to watch the end of this NASCAR race, and then we're going to jump right back on later on tonight around 8:30, 8 o'clock, somewhere in between that area, maybe around probably closer to 8:30. We're going to be back live here with the Great White North 358 Modified Series as we're going to be back onto the dirt, some more racing action later on tonight, and I look forward to seeing each and every one of you in there for that one. So hopefully I'll see you guys here in just a little bit. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. I hope you guys enjoyed this awesome Talladega Super Speedway racing and a great run here and a great drive by all these racers, man, and a huge good show in here and a good race by the Outcast Racing League as they put on another wicked show for us all to enjoy up here in the grandstands. But anyways, guys, thank you all for tuning in, and I will see you guys later on this evening. Peace out for now, baby. Peace out for now, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, what a night, man. What a race.
Yeah. It's heavy. Yeah, I gotta keep it trilly on my soul. I'm the most selfish person that I know. Here we go, down the rabbit hole. Got a couple carrots round my neck. Self-respect, when you out of line, you put yourself in check. They don't hear me, they don't hear me though. Cycles going round and round like a merry-go. Stand for truth, or fall for any old scenario. That's why I keep my circle smaller than a Cheerio. Cause it's the company you kick. Stay woke, please don't get caught slick. End up sowing what you reap. Know your worth and don't sell cheap. The ghost is inside of me, can't take it out of me. No matter where I've been, it's about where I'm meant to be. I be shining perfect timing, check your watch. And I know who I am living for myself. I was dead wrong till I got the call, no cell phone. I got tired of walking around with a mask on, smiling but my heart singing sad songs. Yeah, I was living for myself. I was dead wrong till I got the call, no cell phone. Man, you talking to the real me. Yeah, man, you talking to the real me. Yeah, man, you talking to the